This is the Big Island, Channel 6, Hawaii at its best.
Keoho's Weekly Highlights is brought to you by the Crown Lands of Keoho, the Keoho Shopping Village, Keoho Kona Realty, and the Keoho Beach Hotel. Be sure to watch for weekly highlights, 6:30 and 7:30 p.m., 7 nights a week, here on Channel 6. It's nice having you here on Keoho's Weekly Highlights. I'm Lyman Medeiros. Coming up in this half hour, we're going to wrap up Aloha Week with the beautiful parade from Waimea. We continue with our Ironman triathlete profiles, and we'll take a look at this year's winners of our Parade of Homes. So join us for that and much more coming up tonight here on Keoho's Weekly Highlights.
Get away for the day in beautiful Keoho Shopping Village with over 40 stores to choose from, like these.
Alapakis. Remember the islands with authentic Hawaiian gifts. Drysdale's 2 Restaurant, where sports fans gather for cocktails and great food.
Keoho Shopping Village. So much to see and do.
When you're short of help, does your business run like this? Then you need Dunhill Temporary Systems personnel to keep it running like this. Just one call to Dunhill puts skilled, professional people on your workplace team fast, like clerical, secretarial, word processing, or light industrial. Dozens of Big Island companies know Dunhill is the name to remember for quality temporary help and personalized service. Dunhill has 3 conveniently located offices in Hilo, Kona, and Waimea. So keep your business moving. Call Dunhill today. When Hawaii's royalty would relax and play, they selected Keoho as the preferred place to live and remain. This unique area, the birthplace of King Kamehameha III, is blessed with year-round perfect weather, calm tropical waters, and bountiful ocean harvests, and therefore was honored as the Crown Lands of Keoho. Now everyone can inherit this regal lineage of Keoho with its hotels and condominium choices, championship golf course, world-class tennis, and modern shopping complex. Explore the Crown Lands of Keoho and discover how ultimate life can be.
Hi and welcome back to our show. Here once again with my supporting cast, as I like to call them. But it got some good news. Dr. Blum says the cast can come off on the 25th of October. I got to tell you, I'm really looking forward to that day. Anyway, tonight our program originates from Keoho Estates. Behind me is one of the winners of the recent Parade of Homes contest. Right now, let's meet 2 people responsible for this beautiful design. The recent Parade of Homes brought a prestigious honor to our residents in Keoho Estates. This is Clarmar at Keoho, a 3,700 square foot luxury development designed and built by Bill Champlin and Robert Nespor.
Well, this home is described as tropical architecture. It has the traditional concepts of indoor-outdoor living, Hawaiian style. The orientation on the site allows the Mauka breezes in the evening to come down from the mountain, the Makai breezes during the day to ventilate through the house. The goal is to build the client's home, not my home. So there are only 2 people who have to be satisfied, and that's the clients and myself.
This year's Parade of Homes competition brought in a record 33 entries statewide, 8 of which from the Big Island. And of all the entries, Clarmar at Keoho won an unprecedented 7 categories: top design, best interior design, best landscape, best theme, best on the Big Island, division winner, and overall grand champion.
Yeah, I'm certainly pleased for the recognition. It's certainly nice to be acknowledged for your efforts, because some days are definitely exercises in frustration. This kind of makes those days seem like the very distant past. So that's the thing that it means to me. It feels good to just be acknowledged in that way, because some days are such a struggle to make it all happen. So.
It is nice to get the recognition, and we appreciate that. And another thing that should be acknowledged is that it's a team effort. All of these awards that were won took individuals doing an excellent job and contributing.
And without those people involved in being willing to respond and be sensitive to all the different issues that come up, it certainly couldn't be done. And that's where the real recognition, should be.
Our congratulations to Bill and Robert for a job well done. Coming up next week, we'll take a look at 2 more Parade of Homes winners.
Hello, my name is Jean Murphy. I'm president and principal broker of Keauhou Kona Realty, Inc. I've had the privilege of actively participating in the planning, the marketing and sales of many fine quality developments here in Keauhou Kona. Situated in prestigious Keauhou Estates and built across 2 lots, Haliloa is everything imaginable in a dream home. This 5-bedroom, marble-floored home captures expansive ocean and golf course views. Its creative swimming pool, flowing through the entire home, is complemented by waterfalls amidst lushly tropical landscaping. Enjoy the tennis court, cabana, jacuzzi, bar, and barbecue area, which make Haliloa ideal for fine quality living. Please call me to learn more about the pleasures of living in Keauhou.
We welcome you to the Keauhou Beach Hotel. Our ocean terrace is a delightful place to dine. Lanai tables overlook the fascinating tide pools. Enjoy Chinese delicacies and a dim sum table every Monday through Thursday from 5 to 9 p.m. Come and relax. Your evenings with us are always memorable. E komo mai. We welcome you to the Keauhou Beach Hotel, the true spirit of aloha.
Get away for the day at beautiful Keauhou Shopping Village with over 40 stores to choose from, like these.
Designer's Loft, professional interior design, furniture, and gifts. Accent on Bed and Bath, the Big Island's complete bed and bath shop. Keauhou Shopping Village, so much to see and do.
If you're a triathlete, then the Ironman is probably the main event that you aim for. Held every year in Kona, it attracts athletes from all over the world, including our own backyard. This year, the Big Island is proud to have 28 entered in the upcoming Ironman, and Channel 6 will feature 2 per week. Tonight you'll meet the final 3 in our series of profiles, beginning with Jeff Castro and Gwen Hobbs. These 2 trained together as much as possible, and this will be Gwen's 3rd Ironman.
The first year that Ironman came to Kona, I was real impressed by this group of athletes that came over here and got out there and did the Ironman. I just couldn't believe anybody could have that much discipline or dedication to anything, to spend that much time at it. And I decided at that point that one of these days I was going to do Ironman. The first time Ironman came over, I was very unathletic, didn't do anything. I started out by running, did Honolulu Marathon a few times, threw the swimming in, and then started biking.
Gwen started training in '87, but was hit by a car on the highway and suffered a broken leg. She bounced right back, though, and 2 years later completed her first Ironman in 11 hours and 24 minutes. Gwen feels that running is her strongest, while the swim could use a little improvement. After this year's race, she plans to take a break from the Ironman.
I would like to come in under 12 hours again, if conditions are all favorable. It's such a long day, you don't really know what's going to happen. A lot of things that are out of your control, flat tires or, cramps in your legs or real wind out in Hawaii. So hopefully under 12 hours. After Ironman, I'm going to keep training. I'm going to do Honolulu Marathon again. It's in the beginning of December, and I usually do it each year after Ironman. And I plan to keep on biking, swimming, running, and staying very athletic. I'm not going to do Ironman again in the near future. I will again at some date. But it's really long distances and takes a lot of time training, so I'll concentrate probably on some smaller triathlons.
For Jeff Castro, this will be his first Ironman. Jeff's lived in Kona for about a year now. He's originally from Montana, where wrestling was his sport of choice.
Well, I wrestled all during most of my life and in college and that, and I still wanted to compete when that was over, and there's really nothing after college for wrestling. So I saw the Tour de France when Greg LeMond won it in '86. You know, I didn't come in from the triathlon aspect. It was more the biking, and I really thought, wow, that's pretty neat. That's something I'd like to do. And I got into the biking, and I'd done a lot of running just to cut weight, to make weight for wrestling, and it just seemed more of a logical thing for me because I was later, 23, around there, and you're riding against guys that have been riding all their life. And this way it gave me a little more even ground to race and compete on.
Since moving to Kona, Jeff's been seriously training. Every week he bikes 300 miles, runs 60, and swims 10. He feels biking is his strongest.
Last year it was my first real year of training, seriously for the triathlons. And after I did my first half Ironman, I said there was no way that I was ever going to do the Ironman because it just hurt so bad. But after getting over here and getting, I got maybe 3 half Ironmans under my belt, feel a little more confident with it now. And as far as the importance, I'm looking at this more as a learning experience. Like I said, I think anything can happen out there, and I've got to experience at least once before I can really go after it, maybe later on.
Some predicted Jeff to finish in the top 100. He feels that's a fair goal. How about the top 50? That's our prediction. Watch for Jeff Castro. He's looking ready. Our third and final triathlete in our Big Island profiles is Paul Grenier. This will be his second time around. Paul's background is in bicycling.
I had an interest in bicycling, and I've bicycled for years, and I saw this race, and I really liked the endurance aspect of it, so I thought I had to try it. I knew I could do it. I decided to do the Ironman about 4 years ago, and because of work, I was working off island. I couldn't spend enough time at training, so it took me a couple of years to qualify. Last year was my first Ironman. Last year was to see if I could do it, and this year I'm going to try to go a little faster.
Last year, Paul did it above his expectations, finishing under 12 hours at 11:57, and that was with an injury.
Last year's race, I'd been fighting with a knee injury, which is still lurking in the shadows now, and I was a little bit worried about it, but I knew that I just had to slow down and I'd be able to finish. This year I've had more time to train, and I have more of a base behind me.
Paul tries to fit in as much training as he can around his full-time construction job. This year, he's incorporated weight training into his schedule. He feels this will help increase his time. But it's not just a personal goal that Paul wants to fulfill. He gets all kinds of enjoyment out of it.
You're out there with 1,500 other athletes who are, a lot of whom are world-class athletes. And it's a beautiful day, and the community's out supporting you. And you've got the roads to yourself for one day a year. I enjoy a good workout, and the longer the better, and get the endorphins flowing. I don't know what it is, but it feels real good to be out there.
Whether it's a good workout, biking on a nice day, or pumping up with endorphins, Paul Grenier would definitely fulfill his day at the 1991 Gatorade Ironman Triathlon. The Ironman Triathlon, an event that attracts athletes from around the world to West Hawaii for an endurance test second to none. Our little Kona town becomes a bustling hive of activity prior and during this marathon weekend. With the amount of visitors, athletes, and local people on our highways, congestion becomes inevitable. This program is to show how, with full cooperation from the entire community, we can make our roadways safe for all involved during this Ironman weekend. For drivers and cyclists alike, remember that Hawaii's roadways belongs to all of us and that we all need to abide by Hawaii's laws. As a safety precaution for bikers, be sure to always wear bright-colored clothing so you can be seen by a vehicle driver. It's always good to know what's behind you, so be sure to use a rearview mirror. Because most fatalities are head-related, be sure to always wear a hard helmet. Obey all traffic laws. You are considered a vehicle on the road and must comply with Hawaii's laws. To avoid congestion, ride single file on or to the right of the white line whenever possible. On longer rides, be sure to consume adequate amounts of liquids to keep you alert and not feeling fatigued. Try not to ride at night, but if you must, use a front and rear light and wear bright and reflective clothing. And be sure to always use appropriate hand signals whenever turning or stopping. As a vehicle operator, remember that you too share the roadways with the cyclist and everyone must obey the traffic laws. Be aware of the increasing number of riders on our highways and be very cautious while passing other vehicles. Don't startle or surprise a biker from behind. This could cause an accident. Don't dart out of a driveway and always check behind you before turning. Watch out for hazardous environmental conditions and keep your eyes on the road at all times. The registration of your bike will identify it if lost or stolen, and a small portion of the fee will be used for the construction of bike lanes here in the state of Hawaii. If the biker and driver can abide by these rules, our island's roadways will be a safer place for all to enjoy. Let's all do our share in making this a safe, injury-free weekend. This has been a public service announcement brought to you by your friends of the Kona Community Safety Lane Organization.
Viva Skim, the non-fat milk with full-bodied flavor.
Get away for the day at beautiful Keauhou Shopping Village with over 40 stores to choose from, like these.
Baskin Robbins. Now there's more to love us for with our sugar-free and light quarts. Keauhou Village Bookshop, offering the most complete line of books around. Keauhou Shopping Village, so much to see and do.
In a very magical corner of the world, there is a place that still cherishes the good life. A place where people smile and live in an environment of tropically landscaped harmony and panoramic views. This is Keauhou. Keauhou Kona Realty represents properties in Keauhou's newest project, Kaulana, and at Keauhou Estates and the Villas. We also offer resale listings at Ultimate Resort Condominiums. You set the goal of the good life, you've achieved the goal of the good life. Now enjoy and live the good life of Keauhou.
Next, we take you from Keauhou to beautiful upcountry Waimea for the grand finale of Aloha Week in West Hawaii. With all of its color, beauty, and tradition, the Aloha Week Parade proudly passed through Waimea town over the weekend. People from all walks of life joined in, because on this day they became as one.
E Pupukahi, we are one. And you can tell we're one by watching the parade and see how everybody work together in harmony. And, you know, just having the little ones and the middle-age group and also the elderly people that are participating. And it's just like one big happy family. Outsiders, you know, from far away from home, they come to the islands and they really want to see what Hawaii is really about. And we have ethnic groups from all over the world that come here, and when we live together, when they live here with us in Hawaii, we're just like one. Nakoa, the warrior. This goes way back and during Kamehameha's reign when he became the chief and Mu'i of the Big Island. And so we had this wonderful boys who participate as Nakoa down at the He'eau, Pu'ukohola. He'eau, they had a big celebration this past August. They were so happy that they were asked to come and show people what we have, Nakoa, the warrior.
This year's Grand Marshal was Gordon Lindsay, a longtime resident of Kamoela.
Aloha Week means to me seeing all my friends, family, and meeting new people. It's special to me, especially on a day like today, being honored.
Perhaps the most colorful and beautiful of all were the Pa'u princesses. All islands were represented, each one distinct in color and their flowers.
We represent the island of Kauai. And what we're wearing right now is the imitation mokihana because it is out of season and we couldn't get it. So this is our sea grapes. And we also have our statuses, our carnations, our maili from Kauai, and potels that came from Maui and
Aloha Week is a time of festivities, time to share your aloha, wear your beautiful lei, and be happy.
This year, the Ritz-Carlton suited up for the occasion, complete with princess, outriders, and a special follow-up unit.
I live here in Waimea, and I have my own hula school in Waimea, Na'ale Liana's Hula School, and those are my keikis, my little ones, my beginners. And sometimes, you know, it's nice, they get all excited, they want to get out there, so I put the keikis on. I want to see happy faces. I want everybody to be happy, to know that I have so many compliments from a lot of people. It makes me feel so good that all that hard work that was involved in this parade. It feels so good to listen to all these wonderful things people tell you. And I'm happy.
guess Aloha Week means flowers and music and sharing and giving, and it should be Aloha Year. It should be done all year long, every year. I guess that's how I feel.
The parade marked the close of this year's Aloha Week festivities on the island. But as Rudy said, the feeling should last all year long.
Don't you feel it too?
Thanks to those dedicated to the spirit of aloha, the culture will be strong for all to share. E pupukahi, we are one.
Aloha! Aloha! Aloha!
Aloha mai, we welcome you to our Keho Beach Hotel. Anytime is happy time. For our kama'ainas and visitors, the food is always ono at our Kuakini Terrace. Succulent seafood every weekend. Our sumptuous Sunday brunch, all you can eat. Chinese favorites in the middle of the week. So ono for the celebrations of your life. E como mai to the Keho Beach Hotel. The true spirit of aloha exists.
Get away for the day at beautiful Keaho Shopping Village with over 40 stores to choose from, like these.
Kona Kai Cafe, for simply the best in pure Kona coffee, fresh pastries, and an espresso bar. Keaho Kona Realty, we're the friendly professionals.
Keaho Shopping Village, so much to see and do.
We all work hard in life, so you've earned and deserve the Big Island's most luxurious resort and residential area. This is Keaho, a glamorous world within itself, with hotels, condominiums, 8 restaurants, 30 tennis courts, a championship golf course, plus a shopping village with over 40 merchants. Life is at its finest. The excitement doesn't stop here. Keaho also offers the ultimate scuba diving, snorkeling, deep-sea fishing, and breathtaking sunset cruises. Keaho, a world within itself waiting for you.
The 1991 Ironman Triathlon, considered the premier sporting event on the Big Island, and Channel 6 will bring you all the action. We'll cover not only the top competitors, but look at those on the state and local level as well. Watch for Ironman 91, coming October 28th and 29th. Brought to you in part by KTA Superstores and Kona Coast Jeep Eagle Mazda. Ironman 91, only on Channel 6. That will do it for tonight's show. Hope you enjoyed the program. Before leaving, again, I'd like to congratulate Bill Champlin and his entire team for their recent accomplishments during the Parade of Homes. Good job, Bill. I'm Lyman Medeiros. Me and my supporting cast will see you next Wednesday night, 6:30 p.m. here on Channel 6 for another round of Keoho's Weekly Highlights. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next week. Good night. Keoho's Weekly Highlights was brought to you by the Crown Lands of Keoho, the Keoho Shopping Village, Keoho Kona Realty, and the Keoho Beach Hotel.